That was a great game. We had some really good individual performances. I mean, Philly, my goodness sakes, she was a force in the middle. And, you know, Tahina continued to shoot it well. India had a nice game. Chance played well. And I thought Grace was an entirely different player in that second half. I just thought her energy and production changed the game, along with Chance's defense.
Creating better opportunities to score in the second half, or just finishing better?
Both. You could tell she just had a little bit more intensity to her.
Was that in part by something that was said at halftime to her, or did she just?
You can ask her. Yeah. No, I mean, you know, we kind of challenged all of them, you know, at half. But you could tell we just weren't connected like we needed to be, and we weren't as intense as we should be.
Were you trying at 11-3? You then took a lot of really rapid shots. Were you trying to create an insurmountable lead in the first 7 minutes and then go from there?
Well, don't you always? I mean,
you don't have the talent disparity. You can't plan to do that against a different team. So I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't understand the question, to be honest with you. I mean, we built an early lead, which was great. Yeah, we're going to keep trying to play. It was not like I don't understand the question.
What I was getting at was in that 5 or 6 minute span when you did have a healthy lead in the first quarter, you went from shooting within the first 10 seconds of the shot clock to not doing that again until much later. How much of that was a conscious decision that you strategically were looking at?
Yeah, none of it. I thought in the first quarter, quite frankly, we settled too much for quick threes. I mean, we took 10 threes in that first quarter, and that's, you know, too many for anybody, really, certainly too many for us. No, and credit them. They, you know, adjusted, defended a little bit better. And, you know, let's face it, we had some pretty good looks and some shots around the rim that just didn't go. But, I mean, you know, what'd we shoot in the second half? 12 free throws. We only took 1 in the first half. I mean, it was everything. We weren't forcing turnovers. We weren't playing aggressive. We were settling for threes. And then it just changed second half. We diversified the attack inside out and defended much better. I'm sorry, James. I don't really, understand that.
What's Philly's potential as a shot blocker, as a rim protector, kind of long term?
Yeah, well, you know, I think she's got a ton of potential. She showed it tonight. Now, you know, she's got to continue to get better and not just, you know, swipe down at it, you know, because that's not going to work a lot of nights. But, yeah, if she can be in there to roam the, you know, the paint and protect the rim, then we're in pretty good shape. Because there was a time tonight we may have been the smallest team in Division I history. I mean, we had Elise, Tahina, Chance, and India on the court along with Philly. So, you know, that's just, you know, thank goodness she was getting every rebound, because that's a pretty small team.
Speaking of Philly, just how important is your size going to be going forward in this tournament with Philly and now with Grace back?
Well, at this point, there's not going to be a lot of teams that are going to be able to match her, you know, with, you know, I to be honest with you, I haven't looked at the bracket. I don't know who's coming necessarily and when we might play them, but I can't believe a lot of teams are going to have that kind of size. Yeah, she's been impressive so far in two tournament games, so it's great to see.
What was tonight different for her? Because I think her career high was like 3 or 4 blocks coming in, and she had 8 and was really active.
Well, they challenged her. Yeah, they challenged her a lot, so that made a difference. And I think she's just kind of getting better and learning how to use her body. I think off the ball, she's really good at shot blocking. She's not as good on her player, but she keeps getting better, you guys. She kind of hit a lull at some point in the season, but looks like she's picking it back up.
Obviously, all of these teams that you're facing made it to the NIT or the WNIT for a reason. They're really, really good teams. But what do you think about just the Pac-12 conference play and how competitive it was? It's kind of prepared this team to really elevate against maybe some of these other teams that are good teams, but you guys are just dominating. Well,
I mean, we play in a really, really good conference, so it makes you better. Iron sharpens iron, so to speak. It hasn't been a great NCAA tournament for the conference right now, so we're hoping that we can, you know, have a deep run of our own and, you know, and have some success. I think right now, by the time we play next, there's only going to be 16 teams left in the NCAA field, and we're still playing, so that's fun, and you know, our kids are excited, and you know, that's in a tournament setting, so you know, losing you're done, and win you continue on. So this is kind of cool. It's going to be a great experience for Chance and Grace and Philly and all those kids coming back.
Is there a chance for Kennedy to come back on Thursday?
I sure hope so. Yeah, she actually played on the a little bit today. You know, just nothing live, nothing full contact, but she was actually on the court and kind of, you know, at shoot around working on their stuff. You know, so that's something. That's good. Yeah, those concussions, you just never know. I leave that to the medical staff. I trust them, and they'll do what's best for her.
I was curious, Kelly, if you'd seen what Dana had said after their Pac-12 tournament loss regarding shooting and improving in the offseason for next year. His comments about if you shoot under 35%, that doesn't make sense for you to shoot, and that you will be allowed to shoot. You have a short team. You have to tolerate some things this year. Short by way of roster, number of players.
Yeah.
What will be your outlook as you go about an offseason where you can already contact players who are in the portal? How will you go about doing that so that certain percentages will not have as much liberty, perhaps, to shoot as often as they do at the moment?
Well, you know, shooting is a tricky thing coming from a shooter. You know, if you think about it too much, or you know, sometimes it doesn't work for you. You got to have a short memory, right? Move on. The kids that shoot threes for us, I'm confident in them. Some nights they don't shoot well. Sometimes they've had tough stretches throughout the year. But if they're shooting for us, then we have confidence in them. I'm not going to put a percentage, 35%. I mean, that's pretty good for anybody. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say there, really. I mean, we recruit as good as shooters as we can and give them free rein. And I think as soon as you start putting limits on them, then they get tight. And should I shoot that or shouldn't I shoot it? I always say, if you're open, if you're in range and you're on balance, let it go. So
this might be oversimplified given the time of the year, but do you feel like the cohesiveness of this team is at its high point right now compared to where it was maybe during some of the...
I do. I think defensively we're a lot more connected right now. That's the area it'll show. Our assists, again, we had good numbers tonight, 17 assists on the 29 field goals. It was great the other night. So all those are positives. All those show that it's a team that's playing well together. Let's face it, that could have been a lot higher. We got to do a better job finishing around the rim. You know, that sometimes has been an issue, but we'll keep working on it.